For those of you who watch my 2-minute daily vlogs in India, you got a glimpse of my experience traveling in the country. For those of you who didn't, or if you don't know me, my name is RJ, and let me quickly summarize how I spent my 2 months in India. Within this time frame, I saw a lot of beautiful places, visited iconic sites, attended my first authentic Indian wedding, saw a lot of cows on the streets, avoided cows on the streets, took a dip into holy Ganges, met amazing people, ate delicious food, rode a camel across the desert, rode a motorcycle in the busy streets, got asked to take selfies with locals way too many times, which I then started charging for selfies. Selfie? 100 rupees.
100 rupees?
Yeah, 100 rupees. 50 rupees for him. Hiked a couple of times, saw the Indian Himalayas, traveled to hot tourist spots, traveled to places where I was the only tourist. I had plenty of sleepless nights, taking the overnight sleeper buses and trains. And of course, my trip is not complete without getting high up to witness one epic sunrise or sunset. India is a massive country and it's loaded with many hidden gems. But if you're traveling or planning on visiting the country and you want to be selective with where you go, or if you already have a list and want to ensure that you don't miss out on anything else, here are the top 10 cities that you need to visit. Let's kick it off along the coast with Goa, one of the most well-known tourist spots in the country for quite some time now. Goa is known for its chilled atmosphere during the day and all-out parties at night. If you're a party goer, this is for you. Next on the list is Jaisalmer. The main attraction here is the desert. You have the option of camping out in the desert for several days or even a week. You will be riding the camels, catching the sunrise, and watching the stars light up at night. Other places worth visiting in the city are Jaisalmer Fort and Gadasar Lake. Next is ALLEPPEY. Here runs the famous backwaters of Kerala, a network of 5 large lakes all connected by canals. You need to hop on a public boat and hop off at any stop you wish if you want to have a closer look at the little villages and interact with the locals in the area. For anyone wanting their own space, you can also rent a private boat, which I do not recommend. I feel that the public boat is a much more reasonable option in terms of carbon footprint and price. I've seen many foreigners renting a massive boat for 2 to 3 people as they take the same route as the public boat. For me, it just doesn't make sense. Formerly known as Bombay, Mumbai gave me the impression of it being a more developed city compared to the other cities in India. Perhaps it's also because it's the heart of the Bollywood film industry. There are a couple of things you can do here, such as visiting the Gateway of India and then taking the boat ride to the Elephanta Caves. Both can be done in a day. Located in the state of Rajasthan, Jaipur is also known as the Pink City, home to the many forts and palaces. There are other cities in Rajasthan just as beautiful as Jaipur, such as Udaipur, Jodhpur, and Pushkar. As mentioned, there are many forts and palaces here. I'll quickly run through some of the most common sites to visit in the city. The first thing you want to see is Hawa Mahal, the Palace of Winds. This place has 953 small windows designed to allow the breeze in. If you're going to be taking photos in Jaipur, this is the spot to do just that. Next is the City Palace, a luxurious palace built in the 1700s with a museum. Galtaji is also another option. It is a beautiful temple surrounded by a mountain backdrop with a ton of monkeys inside. With regards to the forts, Amber and Jaigarh Fort would be my recommendations. You're probably wondering why the city where the Taj Mahal is located is not on the top 3. Though Agra is home to the ever so popular Taj Mahal, that's all there is to it. Some may argue that there's also Agra Fort. Even if we were to include this, that's about it. And the number 4 on the list is Rishikesh. The cleaner end of the Ganges River runs here. I've always wanted to take a dip in the Ganges River. My first attempt was in Varanasi. Though locals were going in the water and using it for practically everything, I was advised by many locals to not go in for sanitary reasons, that Rishikesh would be a better spot as it is much cleaner, so I did just that. For those wanting to take up on yoga and meditation, or even river rafting, Rishikesh is also known for these types of activities. You can also check out Lakshman Jhula, which is a famous bridge that you can see from afar and walk on. Making it to number 3 is Dharamshala. If you're into trekking, the outdoors, or if you're very spiritual, this is the place for you. I personally enjoy this place because of its natural beauty. I also saw the Dalai Lama here. I was lucky to have been in Dharamshala during an event that took place at the time. Though this is the home of the Dalai Lama, it was a great experience to hear him speak at this event. Unfortunately, I have no photos or videos as cameras were not allowed inside the event. The other thing that you can do here is the Trian hike. When you get to the top, you will be rewarded with some breathtaking views of the Indian Himalayas. Stepping into Hampi is like entering the Stone Age. I mean that in a good way. Hampi is an ancient village filled with many temples from the Vijayanagara Empire and amazing viewpoints to catch the sunrise or sunset. You can easily spend several days here. Some of the temples I recommend seeing are Virupaksha Temple, Shiva Temple, Sri Krishna Temple, Ranganatha Temple, Achyutaraya Temple, Underground Shiva Temple, HAZARA Rama Temple, and Hemakuta Hill Temple. For the viewpoints, check out the sunset viewpoint which overlooks the entire village of Hampi. It will take you no more than 30 minutes to get up here. The last viewpoint I recommend would be the Monkey Temple that involves 600 steps. And taking the #1 spot on this list is Varanasi. This is one of the dirtiest places I've ever been to in India, yet it's the most serene and one of the most majestic places that one needs to experience. For foreigners, this is a major attraction and a must-see when visiting India. For any Hindus and the people who live in India, for them to spend their last days and die in Varanasi as well as get cremated to have their remains thrown in the holy Ganges is the ultimate dream. There are many things to do here, and here are my recommendations. You can take a stroll and see some of the ghats along the river. You'll witness a lot of prayers and rituals happening left and right, so be mindful of that. There are about 87 ghats here. The one that you must see is the Manikarnika Ghat. This is the most iconic ghat in India, where traditional Hindu cremations are performed. You also want to wake up early to witness an epic sunrise on a boat. It will give you a different perspective of the ghats as you cruise down the Ganges River. It is just such a peaceful experience. Whatever you do in Varanasi, make sure you don't miss out on seeing an arti, a ritual of worship performed along the Ganges. Arti takes place in many of the ghats during sunrise and sunset. I recommend going to the Dashamawed Ghat for sunset as it is much bigger and more decorative compared to the other ghats. It is an uplifting experience, one I definitely won't forget. That wraps it up for this video. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up and click on that subscribe button down below. Safe travels, and I'll catch you guys later.